Okay, guys, today we're gonna do a breakdown of the Beta Squad video, Guess the Singer featuring Ed Sheeran, and we're gonna explore why I think that Beta Squad are the best game show people it has on YouTube. Let's take a look at this.
Today on Beta Squad, we are playing Guess the Singer, and we have a very special guest. Can't believe I'm about to say this. It's Ed Sheeran! Ed,
Welcome, brother.
I've made many videos in my time over the course of my
Wow, that's a lot that's already happening there. Like I already went through a series of emotions, and this is why these guys are arguably the best, right? To start off, like it's gonna be like a punch in to it, right? You can see here on Sharky.
Today on Beta Squad, we are
Boom, a punch in into a minor Ken Burns zoom, which is a slowly pan in or slowly pan out, and in this video, they're slowly panning out, which is giving us the idea of like there is a lot more going on. There is more things to come because it's revealing things to us rather than closing in, which would instead give us this feeling of what's going on in someone's internal world or tension. This is a revelation.
playing Guess the Singer, and we have a very special guest. Can't believe I'm about to say it.
Yeah, it comes out and then they zoom in to show his emotion, right? Because you'll see in a second, he's very important in what's happening in this particular video.
It's Ed Sheeran!
Yeah.
Welcome, brother.
And you notice the music switches at that point, right? I'm going to play it again and just notice when they introduce Ed Sheeran, it becomes this kind of uplifting type of beat. It feels like a reward or an accomplishment kind of happening when that music elevates and rises, which adds to the story, right? Ed Sheeran is a big deal, I think he's like the top grossing artist of all time, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong about that. Don't hold me to it. I'm gonna check in a little bit. But yeah, just pay attention to how the music shifts throughout, right? And then we'll look at the sound effects that they used.
Today on Beta Squad, we are playing Guess the Singer, and we have a very special guest. Can't believe I'm about to say this. It's Ed Sheeran!
Did you know?
Welcome, brother.
I've made many videos in my time over the course of my 10-year career.
And now this has shifted again, right? The music, it's the same song, I think, just different stems, different parts of it. Or they found a song that was absolutely perfect from the get-go. So let's just go back.
Today on Beta Squad, we are playing Guess the Singer, and we have a
Right, so it starts off with this violin, this kind of intensity, which you want for the starting of a show, right? They want you to know that something is coming up and it's going to be worth your attention, right? Which is why most of these types of games start off with this type of intense music at the beginning.
a very special guest. Can't believe I'm about to say this. It's Ed Sheeran!
Right? It's Ed Sheeran, and then the music goes up. It's an up note in the rhythm, right? So it goes from dun 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 now to dun 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 dun. So it's like you feel rewarded in his presence, right?
Welcome, brother.
I've made many videos in my time over the course of my 10-year career,
And now you can hear like it's gone into like more strings are involved. It's not just the cello or whatever was making that original sound. There's a violin now, and the violin is like it's looping. It's a looping sound. That looping sound, I'm not sure what the exact emotion is, but it's a feeling happening there of accomplishment.
Welcome, brother.
I've made many videos in my time over the course of my 10-year career, and none has got me more excited than this one. Ed Sheeran is my GOAT. My first ever video, you see a poster of Ed Sheeran in the back.
Ever since I was a young kid, I knew that there would one day be a group on YouTube that I would aspire to sit on a panel with. I'm just glad that my dream has finally been realised.
How does it feel being on a Beta Squad video, man?
That was really good. Did you catch what happened there? That was really good what they just did. So let's pull back a bit, right? So here you can see it has like in text Ed Sheeran Superfan written, which explains why it had the uptick in the music before, because they're telling the story. They're telling the story before the story. They're priming our brains for
Better than this one. Ed Sheeran is my GOAT. My first ever video, you see a
and then it comes back, which is, by the way, phenomenal. Congratulations to you. So you got to see your hero be in a video with him. That must feel amazing, right? And that's what we're feeling in the music, right? They're putting us through his journey emotionally for us to understand like that experience, you know?
Post of Ed Sheeran in the back.
Ever since I was a young kid, I knew that there would one day be a group on YouTube that I would aspire to sit on a panel with. I'm just glad that my dream has finally been realised.
And like that editor had really good timing there, amazing timing. Because as Ed Sheeran is talking about it,
See a post of Ed Sheeran in the back.
Ever since I was a young kid, I knew that there would one day be a group on YouTube
and the music
that I would
continues to
aspire
climb.
to sit on a panel with. I'm just glad that my dream is finally.
And then here, as Ed Sheeran is like, I'm just glad that my dream is finally about to be realized. The music cuts because this is Ed Sheeran, right? So it's like, it's obviously this is a joke. The Beta Squad are like huge guys, but this is Ed Sheeran, right? You don't really get much bigger than him globally. And that cut just, it makes it funny because it also contrasts the building emotion that's happening before. So we get two perspectives, right? We get Sharky's perspective, which is like, this is an amazing thing. There's a great opportunity. You were literally on my wall, you know? And then we have Ed Sheeran, who is like, obviously he's joking, right? Ed is not, at least in this little 29 seconds I saw, he's not like a bad human, right? But you can see here, he's setting up the joke of, you know, this is sarcastic. This is everything I wanted with my life. This is more to me than going and touring the world and working with my favorite artists and all of these things. And so it sets up the punchline by creating that contrast, which is really good. And we're only 29 seconds in here. There is a lot more in this video.
Been realised.
How does it feel being on a Beta Squad video, man?
I feel good, yeah. I've seen quite a lot of your stuff, so I feel like I'm involved.
In terms of accomplishments, what we talking about? First, second, third, maybe?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely first this year, definitely.
Really? Dream come true.
I would say so, yeah.
Ed Sheeran sent about 4.
They did it again, right? They did it again with Nico. Okay, so we're gonna go back and just break down what just happened there.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of your stuff, so I feel
Panel with. I'm just glad that my dream has finally been realised.
How does it feel being on a Beta Squad video, man?
So the music coming back in, that just is like a pause in time and then unpausing time. I really like how they just establish continuity by having the same song come back. It's kind of like we took a pause and cut out into into Sharky's experience, the cut out that goes into Sharky's experience. That's like, so it's important to know that every time you make a cut, it's usually because an idea is transitioning, right? Or you want an idea to transition into something else. The story is moving forward with intentionality. And the song kept playing throughout, which keeps us on the same timeline mentally. So as that same song from the introduction led all the way into Sharky's mindset and then into Ed Sheeran's talking and the little comedy bit, it cut and just comes back to him entering the scene here with everyone, pulling his seat up, and it restarts that continuity that we were just paused from for a moment. So
Okay,
it's like you'd never missed a beat, you know?
quite a lot of your stuff, so I feel like I'm involved.
In terms of accomplishments, what we...
And he looks genuinely happy to be there too, right? Like, take a look at his face, bro. Like, this is a happy dude, bro. Right?
In terms of accomplishment,
Yeah, look at that smile. This is like a happy dude. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's continue.
so what we talking about? First, second, third, maybe?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely first this year, definitely.
Really? Dream come true.
I would say so.
And they do it again, right? They're once again playing on like the celebrity status that Ed Sheeran has by cutting the music at the exact moment that Nico says, dream come true. You know, to highlight that, just to make the joke land a little bit better. Like, you don't always have to put a gag sound underneath. Usually these moments are already funny, and we just need to let the audience understand that something funny is happening here. You should pay attention to this thing. And you don't want to drown that out with music all the time. If they kept music playing underneath, it would have crushed the actual experience of it, you know?
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran sent about 14,000 emails to the Beta Squad begging to be on this channel. And after a few years, we finally said yes, giving a young, up-and-coming artist his opportunity. Bless the Beta Squad, man. We're just so humbly great.
Here are 6 people.
I love the way that they have Nico as kind of like a villain because of the music choice that they had. At least that's what I'm getting from it. So let's go back here.
Maybe.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely first this year, definitely.
Really, dream come true.
I would say so, yeah.
Ed Sheeran sent about 14,000 emails to the Beta Squad begging to be on this channel, and after a few
You know, like that droning music. It's like sets up this dark tone for something to come later on in the video. But also it's like, you know, I don't know if this is intentional. I don't mean any offense, but I mean seeing you in the black turtleneck and the suit jacket, and like that's villain vibes. You know what I mean? That's what a villain would wear. You know.
years, we finally said yes, giving a young, up-and-coming artist his opportunity. Bless the
Yeah, you know, and then all of the VFX that's happening at the back, I really like how they use the VFX for immersion. You know, like here they went the extra. This is what good immersion looks like, right? They got Ed Sheeran stuff. It looks, I'm not sure if the font is for the same thing as on Spotify, but it looks like it could be. And then they found a way to get 82 monthly listeners written there and just throw it on in the background, just, you know, without interrupting the video at all. You get this boom of information that adds to the joke.
Bless the Beta Squad, man. We're just so humbly great.
Here are 6 people, and they all claim.
Right, and they went on the downtone, hit the boom, and brought us directly back into the moment that we're at, which is a really smooth transition.
To be singers. However, only
Sheeran sent about 14,000 emails to the Beta Squad begging to be on this channel, and after a few years, we finally said yes, giving a young, up-and-coming artist his opportunity. Bless the Beta Squad, man. We're just so humbly great.
here are 6 people, and they're all claiming to be singers. However, only one of them is telling the truth, and it's our job to find out who the real singer is. Round by round, we'll vote out one person at a time, and if we guess correct, we win. However, if we guess wrong, the liar wins a cash prize.
This is false identity.
But just as a question, Ed, what makes you an expert when it comes to the singing world?
I guess because I
Okay, wow. I was actually just looking at something here. We're at 119 right now. I don't think for the last maybe like 15 seconds there was more than 15. Like from this point here. Yeah, so I was correct. So it was from around this mark, the 59, 56 mark. Once they introduced the people that are the contestants in the show, it has not stopped having movement. It's just been a continuous go, 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 which is good, right? Like editing is in very large part following action or congesting action into a couple of frames so that we can follow along what's going emotionally. And the fact that everything is moving is really moving along the story and making it just more engaging in general.
Squad, man. We're just so humbly great.
Here
Here are
is
6
movement.
people,
Look
and they're
where
all claiming to be
Ken
singers.
Burns
However,
in.
only one of them is telling the truth, and it's our job to find out who the
And then they're going across showing all of the detectives, which is just, you know, good storytelling, letting you know who is the people that making judgment. But the fact that they're panning left to right as well, it's also putting in our head, in the viewer's head. Who are these people? You know, we have a relationship to them, but they're also making this content for new people, right? So it's like we're getting an idea of the judges right now. People are judging them literally, right?
real singer is. Round by round, we'll vote out one person at a time, and
And movement with the graphic up top going around.
if we guess correct, we win. However, if we guess wrong, the liar wins a cash prize.
This is false identity.
But just
The amount of movement it had, it lets you know that how like the amount of movement it had, it lets you know that we're about to get into it. This isn't going to be a video where we're lacking or anything like that. The rhythm of it signifies that, okay, this is a upbeat, high intention activity.
as a question, Ed, what makes you an expert when it comes to the singing world?
I guess because I do it professionally, I guess.
Okay, fair enough, that's
but
good.
I've done it, I've sung since I was a kid, so I feel like, I think singers know singers.
Amazing. Let's bring in the singers.
Oh, that was smooth. I like that. I like that graphic. I really like that graphic. So they did it again, once again, cutting out the sound to make the joke hit a bit more. But here they're doing something that I'm not really sure about why they did it. And I would love for someone in the comments to tell me why, because I'm learning as well. as I'm making this video. Here they have a droning underneath sound,
You're an
right?
expert when it comes to the singing world.
I guess because I do it professionally.
I can hear the droning, right? Do no 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 do no 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 no. But then it cuts for the joke, right? Which I get. But why would they use a droning there? What is the psychological impact of having that droning happening there? It is building tension. And I guess it could be aligning with the statement, with the question, well, what makes you an expert? And then that gives Ed the opportunity to actually share a bit of his story for the people that don't know him, and also mainly to give us another sense of validation in the story itself.
Guess.
Okay, fair enough, that's
But
good
I've done it. I've sung since I was a kid, so I feel like I think singers
And it's going back to the droning here, right?
know singers.
Amazing. Let's bring in the singers.
Wait, what?
Oh wow!
That was such a smooth
All right, so the
graphic,
contestants
bro.
are walking out, and a guy with a tiger mask. It might be someone famous, it might be someone we know personally, who knows?
Here we go, another bunch of freaks. We have a freaking furry this time. We have a...
That was funny, bro. That was funny. Okay, so let's go back here.
Sung since I was a kid, so I feel like I think singers know singers.
Amazing. Let's bring in the singers.
Wait, what?
I guess that there's a soft rising. I think what's happening with the drone is like they're trying to build anticipation for us, the viewer, for the singers that are coming up next, which is good. It's good to keep that at the back of our mind.
Oh, wow.
And this graphic is insane. I love it.
All right, so the contestants are walking out, and a guy with a tiger mask. It might be someone famous.
So for the people that aren't like regular editors or people that are just trying to learn a little bit more, a couple of things just happened here, right? So
Let's bring in the
let's
singers.
ignore this graphic first,
Wow!
right?
got a mask on? All right, so
So here we have a vision of the tiger guy, and then this guy Kenny is about to
contestants are
talk
walking
about
out,
it.
and a guy.
So he points out this small thing that we would have noticed and had that question in our minds. The audience would have had that question. And Kenny's speech here is to bring that front of mind to answer that question. So it's opening a loop in the story. But also how they decided to portray here is really good, because the sound effect is a camera, right? A camera is something associated with memory, not just memory cards and other memory related things. But when we watch movies, we hear about photographic memories, we hear about all of these things that are tied to that sound. So that sound instantly snaps us into an experience of memory, and we're inside of Kenny's memory now with that. But they also have the sides of it blurred. I'm gonna move the mouse here for you to see. I'm tripping out on how good this little moment was, you know. So it's vignetted, which is like the darkening on the sides, and then they have it blurred around everywhere. So your attention is purely on this, and it looks as if they actually desaturated a little bit. I'm gonna take a look before. Yeah, they did. So this is the before, why he's got a mask. You can see it's like bright orange, and here's really colorful. His arms are a bit additionally red, but then
Mask on. All right, so the contestants are walking out, and a guy with
the redness from his arms are gone. The orange is dimmed a bit. So it's desaturated just a bit, I think, so that we could actually, you know, picture it like a memory flashback. This is really good detail. This is the kind of things that viewers notice, and they're like sucked and immersed into the video. It's hitting on all of the psychological triggers. This is very, very, very good.
a tiger mask. It might be someone famous, it might be someone we know personally, who knows?
Here we go, another...
And the music for that moment was so good too. You know, like I don't know what to call that sound.
Yes.
Amazing. Let's bring in
So the
the
droning is
singers.
happening here.
Oh wow!
Why has he got a mask on? All right, so the contestants are walking out, and a guy with a tiger mask.
I'm not sure what emotion I'm feeling here, you know, but the piano is like I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to think about what emotion I'm feeling here. I'm trying to feel what emotion I'm feeling here.
It might be someone famous, it might be someone we know personally.
It feels like mystery, but also introspection. You know, it's a weird combination of things, but the sound selection is perfect for what's happening there. It feels like that mystery and self-connection thing happening.
Who knows?
Here we go, another bunch of freaks. We have a freaking
And then that contrast goes to, I think this guy's name is AJ. I'm sorry if I'm wrong
Famous,
about
it
that.
might be someone we know personally. Who knows?
Here we go, another
Right, that sound effect sucks the air out of the room, and then he goes directly into a joke like it's written here.
bunch of freaks. We have a freaking
And he says that line perfectly, and here it sounds like a pizzicato playing in the background.
time. We have another dude who looks like generally Jason, they're just taken off the mask, and a dude who looks like he was on Route 66 and then took the wrong route and he ended up in basically film studio.
And that was another really good bit of transitioning and storytelling as well, right? Because we're learning about each of these characters and connecting to them based on the music that's playing along with their personalization, I guess. I forget what you call this, but their time on the chair, giving their account.
Here we
We're
go,
connecting.
another bunch of freaks. We have a freaking
And then there's like a funny pizzicato playing in the background for AJ. And we get the same camera flash again because it returns to memory once again. And it's still desaturated, just slightly less desaturated. It may just be the filter overall that they're using.
Another dude who looks like generally Jason, they're just taken off the mask, and a dude who looks like
and he keeps, but what's pretty cool is they're reversing the camera sound effect, I think. Like if I listen again.
furry this time. We have another dude who looks like generally Jason, they're just taken off the mask, and
yeah, it sounds as if they're taking the photo to go back into the memory and then rewinding that to come back to present day, which is attention to detail. You know, I appreciate those things.
a dude who looks like he was on Route 66 and then took the wrong route and he ended up in Beta Squad film studio.
Let's just address the tiger and the
Yeah. I know we're gonna get into chunks. So that AJ moment was pretty funny, and something I don't know if I mentioned before, but I want to mention it just in case I forgot about it. There is contrast again. There has been just contrasting things happening back to back to back, which is obviously bringing you into the attention. Contrast breeds attention. That's where, like, in graphic design, you see they use contrasting colors a lot in color science, color psychology. They also use contrasting in terms of, like, you show something really big, then you show something really small, and it focuses in your attention.
Someone we know personally. Who
So
knows?
Here we go, another bunch.
We have the introspective kind of music, and then it comes direct into this, which is actually not even the main thing, right? Because it starts here.
Since I'm walking out and
Question, Ed, what makes you an expert when it comes to the singing world?
I guess because I do it professionally, I guess.
Okay, fair enough, that's
but
good.
I've done it, I've sung since I was a kid, so I think singers know singers.
Amazing. Let's bring in the singers.
Oh,
wow.
why has he got a mask on? All right, so the contestants are walking out, and
So,
a guy
we
with
have this
a
introspective
tiger
moment
mask.
here.
Might be someone famous.
That's not a personal introspection, but it puts us back into the memory, this type of mood from the
we
music.
know personally. Who knows?
Here we go, another bunch
Then
of
we go
freaks.
into the jokes.
We have a freaking
right?
furry this time. We have
And he's
another dude
like-
who looks like generally Jason. they're
This
just
is
taken
like
off the mask,
comedy
and
kind of
a
music
dude who looks
vibes.
like he was on Route 66 and then took the wrong
Snarky.
route
It's
and he
pretty
ended up
funny.
in Beta Squad film studio.
Let's just address the tiger in the room. It's not about elephants, because what is he wearing on his head?
Now it's time for our first
And then we get
round.
into
It's the
chunks, and
introduction.
there was a music change for chunks as well, because there is a type of sound associated to everyone's identity. It's drawing us into the characters, it seems like.
So who should we start with? Who do you think, Ed? You want to?
I think, yeah, we'd start in order.
In
That
order,
would
yeah.
make- that
I
would
don't know
make the
how you
most
singers
sense.
do this stuff. So. They're human beings, man.
I can't tell you my name, Ed, because I've met you.
And we do it once again, right? They go into the pause for the joke to have a bit more effect. And the music that they're playing is this kind of curiosity-inducing droning music. Not droning down negatively, but it's like a loop of a synth, kind of.
before.
Oh,
Huh? So yeah, I'm a singer, and I've recently, over the last probably 2 years, really picked up on TikTok, like
There was something that just happened there that was really important for myself as well, because I'm still learning, right? There is a thing that I notice a lot of these YouTubers that are at the highest level keep doing. And it's small moments, they're really good at emphasizing those. So let's look for the small moment here.
In order, yeah, I
that would
don't know
make the
how you
most
singers
sense.
do this stuff. So. They're human beings, man.
I can't tell you my name, Ed, because I've met you before.
oh,
Huh? So yeah, I'm a singer, and I've
Okay, in that little moment, that opens a loop, number one, which is like, we're wondering, who is this guy? How does he know Ed? All of these questions flood our mind, right?
They're human beings, man.
I can't tell you my name, Ed, because I've met you before.
oh,
Okay, that was a really good moment. I'm not even sure if that is from this actual scene or if they cut that and put that in there. If they did, that's fantastic. That's amazing storytelling. But right after he says, I know you from the past, we've met before, there is a sound effect that sucks the air out of your room to pull your attention just for this moment of, oh. And that's the moment where we're gonna be like, oh, okay, so there is drama here. This is now a plot point. You know what I mean? Because they could have just ignored this, we've met before, and kept the story going, but it wouldn't have expressed to us the shock that everyone has, and now raise the stakes a bit more because there is tension now, right? Like, how do you know him? Where do you know him from? And it gives Ed the opportunity to talk more about it. So it raises the stakes a bit just by that small moment, just that simple tone down, and then, oh, and the oh has a reverb, so you can feel that too,
Huh? So yeah, I'm a singer, and I've recently, over the last probably 2 years, really picked up on TikTok, like blown up.
If there's one thing I like a little bit of mystery. And number one, being a masked singer is really adding to the mystery vibe right here.
I have no idea who he might be. I'm hoping it's not like one of those awkward things.
So something just happened here, and I'm not sure why, but I'd love for you to talk about it in the comments, right? So here with Nico,
TikTok, like blown up.
If there's one thing I like
so
a
we're
little
moving,
bit of
right?
mystery.
And here there is a
number
slight
one, being a
Ken Burns
masked singer
zoom
is
happening.
really adding to the mystery vibe right here.
I have no idea who he might be.
But for Ed, it just stops. There is no movement whatsoever. So I'm not sure why they would do that. But I do feel different things happening physically. Right?
Really adding to the mystery vibe right here.
I have no idea who.
Like as Nico is. Wait, I'm gonna just take it in one more, and I'll get back to you guys in a second.
I can't tell you my name, Ed, because I've met you before.
oh,
Huh? So yeah, I'm a singer, and I've recently, over the last probably 2 years, really picked up on.
There is something else I missed that's really important I need to share. This moment where they give
I can't tell you my name, Ed, because I've met you.
this moment where they give Anonymous a name, right? He is number one, Anonymous. This is important. I see a lot of these types of videos where people just go into it and they don't take the time to give the characters that are in the challenge, the challengers. I see people don't give them a personality, a name, or whatever. They're purely relying on the jokes that happen throughout the time. But just something as simple as this, as highlighting him individually and pointing out a number and an annotator so we know what or who to refer to this person as, that brings us deeper into the story that's happening.
Before.
oh,
Huh? So yeah, I'm a singer, and I've recently, over the last probably 2 years, really picked up on TikTok, like blown up.
If there's one thing I like a little bit of mystery. And number one, being a masked singer is really adding to the mystery vibe right here.
I have no idea who he might be.
Yeah, the difference in the feeling that I'm having is in the Nico clip, as they're going further into Nico by expanding, I feel the plot point of who is this guy continuing to move forward. I feel some tension around it. Like, who is this guy? I really want to know, who is this guy? That's progressing everything here. But when it stops on Ed, I can feel Ed's experience, actually. I can feel kind of like, I don't know who this guy is. Like, I'm not aware of what's happening.
Hoping it's not like one of those awkward things where he takes it off and I don't know who he is, but he's like, We know each other, and yeah, I hope it's not one of them.
It feels like a really intimate moment with Ed also. Just the couches aren't moving. It's just him talking to the camera, you know. That's my assumption. If you have another reason why they would do that, please put that in the comments down below, because this is great storytelling. I'm going on a journey right now. We're only 2 minutes and I'm gonna stop really soon. You know, this was an unplanned stream, but yeah, let's just continue and see what happens.
All right, number 2.
My name is Hex. Yeah, I'm 23. I'm a SoundCloud artist and I get 1.3 million views monthly. Did you know that?
Clearly not, brother. Why are you angry for?
No, I'm not angry. I'm happy.
Yeah, say no more, Hex.
And I don't use Spotify as well, by the way.
So you don't want to get paid then?
I genuinely believe one of our guests.
that was really funny. How they told the story of Hex was a bit funny. So it's at the 3-minute mark. So I'm gonna stop at 3 minutes for this stream, but let's just take a look at what happened once again.
Artist, and I get 1.3 million views monthly.
So they zoomed in to show you Hex's expression, right? We can see from his face here, it's like this is not a calm person, right? right? His expression is telling us a bit about himself. His arms are folded. He's, you know, this seems like a person that's like not trying to be receptive and open to anyone. They're a bit put away. They're a bit putting people aside.
Did you know that?
And then he comes back to Chunks. So like the eye contact, I don't even know if he was looking at Chunks. He could have been looking at anyone, right? But look at his eyes positioning. And then as we get over here to Chunks, Chunks is also facing him. So they've built a conversation between the two of them. It's intimate, right? If they had cut to the entire panel and Chunks was answering that, the moment wouldn't have been as intimate and we wouldn't have experienced what Chunks is experiencing in this moment, right? If it were the entire panel of people and they showed him staring at the entire panel or at Chunks and then they cut to the panel, we would have then the moment would have been minimized. But this is another one of those small moments that really puts you into a story. That was a really good decision to make that cut.
Why are you angry for?
No, I'm not angry. I'm happy.
Yeah, say no more, Hex.
And I don't.
You see, like they highlighted that little conversation between the two of them so well.
Use Spotify as well, by the way.
So you don't want to get paid then?
I genuinely believe one of our guests just couldn't make it today. There was like a train cancellation or something. And since we're in Northwest London, we just grabbed the first guy we saw in the street.
I'll be honest, Hex.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here for today, guys. You know, I didn't plan on doing a stream at all. You can see like the shark is on the bed. That's Sharky, by the way, not to be confused with Sharky from the Beta Squad. But yeah, I'm gonna be going live. I'm thinking 5 times a week for the rest of October. So you could always tune in to check that out, or I'll have the video posted hereafter. All right, peace.